Once you decide who you are, you don't need to manifest. I call that character development, and it's more important than manifestation. So follow along. I'll draw it for you on the iPad right now so that you know what to do in 2026. Let's do it immediately. So we have this saying, it comes from the Bible. Let's write it down. I am that I am. And most people think that they are this second I am. They observe their mind, but they think that they are what they know themselves to be, right? And I'm telling you, the second I am of that sentence is your character and the world. So what you see around you and what goes on in your mind. But who you really are, that first I am, is actually the observer inside you, your awareness. Some people would call that God, Allah, consciousness. You decide. When you step back into observer role inside yourself, you suddenly notice, okay, I'm observing my thoughts, I'm observing sensations. So that very intimate relationship I have with my thoughts is faulty. It's not me, even though it feels very much like me. Okay, that's why it says that the devil whispers in your heart, and the devil is your mind, right? That's why Adam and Eve, they were sent to earth when they ate an apple from the tree of knowledge, knowledge being your mind. So the devil, knowledge, your mind, it's the same thing. You don't actually need it to manifest. You manifest with your awareness, not your mind. Let's talk about it even further. So you are that observer inside you. And every time you say, I would like something, you are claiming a character that does not have it. So trying implies not having. Okay, you think yourself to not be rich because your mind is telling you that you are not. And physical reality, the earth here, is telling you that you are not. But awareness holds everything. We have talked about that in earlier videos. That this I in here sees no difference. The observer in you simply cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is not, because everything is real to awareness. And you can simply try this out by closing your eyes and imagining or knowing your current car. And then try to switch that image with a car you don't have, but just imagine that you have it. And then pull out a noise in your awareness, pull out a memory in your awareness, and you'll notice that these are very intimately related. They're actually in the same place. You cannot tell the distance between a thought, a memory, and a voice. They happen in the same place, your awareness. And more than that, in awareness, there's not true and false. You can imagine a polar bear that you saw in the zoo last week, and you can imagine a lion that you did not see. And awareness just sees both, right? So to awareness, there's no true or false. But what you rest your awareness on is then who you become, is then what you get. So I'm telling you, when you try to manifest with the character you are observing, you are taking what you have already manifested and trying to manifest with that, which doesn't make any sense. Why would you manifest with a mind that you don't like? So go all the way back to observer role and start observing yourself to have it all. That is actually what Neville tried to teach you. He tried to tell you, well, it's not the work. It's actually the assumption. The assumption that there is no work. Okay? Which takes us on to the next drawing here. And that is physical reality in the middle. Mind is the second circle and awareness is the third. All right? And you think that this part here, you've taken out this little piece of pie of physical reality. It's just a point of view. You know that. Everyone else has a different point of view. And you also have a very limited mind. You could have any mind. But I'm telling you, awareness, this big circle, is actually the entire universe, and it can hold anything and everything all at once. So instead of trying to change your mind about something, you shift your awareness, which it can. You just proved it to yourself by going internally and seeing a polar bear. This is the same thing. You are imagining yourself to be different, which is a choice. I choose to be this. I no longer cling to these weird sentences that I keep on creating for myself. It's tough. I cannot do it, but I always do like this. I struggle with this. If you have been on my workshops, you have heard me ask people, would you like that? I know it's rather provocative. It's It surprises people. But I don't mean to be harsh, but I'm asking so that you recognize that sentence that you just said is an affirmation. You're choosing it to be hard. It's a perspective of mind. You've manifested a mind that thinks it's hard. You're observing a character right now that thinks it's hard. Observe a different character. And if you think you cannot do it, try it out. Close your eyes after this video and observe yourself to be a person that always laughs. Imagine yourself to be this overly cheerful dude or girl. And you'll notice that by doing that, it's hard not to laugh. Because awareness instantly manifests a new mind, starts to create a new mind on your behalf. So you can change your behavior simply by imagining yourself to have a different behavior, which is quite strange, but this is how it works. This is how you change your reality. So there's no need for manifestation. You simply observe yourself to have whatever you want. Imagine yourself to be rich or healthy or loved. And then let mind and physical reality do whatever. Right? The trick of the devil is that it whispers in your heart and you listen to it. You listen to your mind as if it's you. You simply see through it. You could not have a physical reality without your mind. That is why when the devil asked God or Allah or consciousness, it asked, so can I stay and deceive your people until the end of time? And God said, yes, you have until Judgment Day. And then some of these people into this, they ask, but why didn't God kill the devil? Right? Not knowing that the devil is your mind. The devil is necessary for a human. But the devil is not there to be removed. If it was, God would have removed it. It's there to be seen through. Why did God say, yeah, you have until Judgment Day? And what is Judgment Day? Well, Judgment Day is the day where you liberate yourself from mind, where you realize, I don't need it. I can stay in the present moment and have whatever I want to have. So, just to finish up this, you have been in this awareness zone that has manifested a mind and given you a piece of the pie. But I'm telling you, well, shift awareness. Go over here and say, I have it all. And just stay over here. Stay present, knowing that you will get it. And mind will then conspire in your favor. And before you know it, physical reality will show. Okay? Now this one. The stairs of reality, right? We have PR, physical reality. We have mind, and we have awareness. Right? And you think that to get something in physical reality, you have to struggle very hard. But I'm telling you, no, to awareness holds it all already. Time does not exist except for in your mind. You only have this present moment. I won't go into this in this video. You just have to trust me on this one. So awareness already knows your desires, already knows what you're going to get. So when you have a desire come up, it's sent from awareness. Desire. So once you want something, it's not something random you want, it's something you already have and in another place of time. Wonderful, right? So you actually know that you can have it. When you have a desire, oh, I already have that. Perfect. But how do I get it? Well, the solution, fulfillment, is also sent from desire, but it's from awareness, but it's sent to mind. So this one is then solution. Solution is sent to mind. That is what we call intuition. Intuition, or sudden ideas, or inspiration, whatever you might call it, is also awareness. So awareness goes to the path of least resistance to how you became a millionaire. There's a reality where that exists, right? And you can shift to that timeline by knowing it's true. So you shift awareness and you hold it. You walk around in that assumption, as Neville would tell you, it's done, I'm a millionaire. All right? You walk around in that, your desire is not random. It's because you can be that in a certain timeline, right? And your highest timeline will feel like the best timeline. So that's oftentimes the place. What do you need to do? Well, you need to hold that assumption and you need to act out your divine inspiration. What is the divine inspiration? The ideas your mind gets to fulfill that desire. So you never have to doubt your desires, and you never had to doubt the plan. You still have to do it, though. If you told me, Chris, I want to be a famous musician, well, okay, then make songs or whatever is needed. But can I do it without making songs? I would say most likely not. Maybe in the days of AI, but most likely not, right? So, so don't confuse manifestation with mind. Don't say, but I would like to do it like this. Well, why wouldn't you just let it up to awareness to give you everything you want? And I promise you, it will always give it to you in a more rapid way than you could ever think of. So I would say hold that assumption, as Neville would tell you, and stay in awareness, as Joe would tell you or Eckhart will tell you. Stay in that present moment and enjoy the divine giving you what you want and seeing how fulfillment comes to you. And I've seen this so many times that I know that magic exists. I know that when you go into that present moment and things starts unfolding in your behavior, you will ask me or whatever, could I have done this always? And you could. This is how you manifest. You choose who you are with awareness. And then the rest of it follows. Mind will slowly start to change, and physical reality will slowly start to change. So mind will obviously have to grab the ideas, and physical reality will obviously have to grab whatever mind is inspired to do. So you will still need to act. You will still need to think in accordance with your awareness. These three planes of existence, they belong together to give you fulfillment. Can't spell. Whatever. Fulfillment. Right? Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Is there anything I'm missing in this? Yeah, I am missing something. Good. Let's give me 2 more minutes. This is the Garden of Eternity, the Garden of Eden. This is you in the middle. I think you've seen this symbol before if you are spiritual. And right now I'm telling you that you are a UV light in a big garden. And all across this garden, right, there are small seeds. Physicists would call that dark matter or potential. And you can collapse that potential by shining your UV light at a specific area. Right? So you take a specific area, your awareness is the light, God is the light, and it shines upon a specific area of this dark garden. You always know, and with my clients I call this the first liberation, is that God is greater. So whatever my current point of view is, all point of views are greater than that. So I can always go back to awareness and know that my current point of view is limited, which is a liberation, not a prison. So I'm shining. I know that I have a lot to shine on with my awareness, but I'm shining on this area and I'm growing plants. Right? And then you later in life realize, okay, what I did not want to grow these plants. And what I'm telling you, people like me, I'm telling you, but shine your light in a different place. No, but I can't. But I'm these plants. No, you're not these plants. You are the light that shines on these plants. You are the field that allows thought to happen. You are the field in which anything you will ever experience is allowed to happen. You are the entire universe. So you're just the light that shines light. All right? And so you have to shine the light in a new place. So you'll do that. Right? Purple light. And in the beginning, the first 10 days, 30 days, 90 days, they are very hard. Don't assume it. I just know it from you guys telling me. But it's not showing yet. Yeah, but plants take time to grow. Yeah, but I still have the old plans. Yeah, they take time to wither away. It's just how reality is created. Don't worry about it. What is important is that you had shifted your awareness to this new area, right? Where you get to have love, money, and health. I'm trying to draw a strong arm. Yeah, it looks like a chicken bone. Nonetheless, you get to have it all in this new awareness level. But please don't think that the old plans is you. They never were. All of these points of views that I could draw in the circle are perfect representations of a point of view. So everything in God is perfect because it's everything. So if you see lack, you're simply shining a light with your flashlight in the only place in that room where there's no money, right? You shine the light in a different place and there would be money. Just like you could hold a polar bear in your awareness, you can hold money in your awareness. And that's actually how you get it in physical reality. Yeah. So these old green plants, they might have leaves that are bills, right? And when you get these bills, how will you react? Based on your old awareness level, or will you know them to be your old awareness level? I call this character reference points. What do I check into? What reference points do my character have? The character I'm observing myself to be. When I get a bill, do I know myself to be rich as well as I know my age or my hair color? Well, I should, because I decide. I decide who I am, and then I get to have it all. Right. And what will happen is that you are shining a light on this purple area of this circle. And now my camera stopped working. Well, doesn't matter. We'll end this soon. And once you get that bill, will you then decide to go back into this and shine your UV light on these old plants and grow them again? And then you will go back into this. Oh no, I want to be rich. Let me shift my awareness. Well, you need to, right? So you will need to realize that everything that you have manifested, it's simply merely an old awareness level. It's the natural expansion of your awareness, what you have been focusing on your entire life. There's nothing more to it. Bills, unhealthy situations, bad relationship situations. Well, you can keep watering and shining UV light on these plants, but for what cause? I'm not saying that you can easily let go of that, but I'm telling you, you should. You should assume yourself to be who you want to be. You're the decider. Right? You decide who you want to be. So if you haven't done this work before, do it in 2026. And every time a thought arises, just know it to be an old mind, an outdated mind that you have created with your awareness. You tell a new story. Tell the story of you being perfect. I know it to be true. Talk soon. Get out of here. Bye-bye.